Zeke received his new assignment through the dark web. This time, he was heading to Cebu, a beautiful island in the Philippines. A wealthy family there was facing a unique problem. Kapre, mythical giant from local folklore, was showing interest in their daughter. They wanted to drive the creature away and ensure it never returned. As Zeke arrived in Cebu, he was greeted by the family's butler at the grand entrance of a large, luxurious estate. The butler led him inside, where the family was waiting. The head of the family, Mr. Santos, was a stern-looking man in his 50s, dressed in an impeccable suit. "Thank you for coming, Mr. Zeke," Mr. Santos said, his voice steady but tinged with worry. "Our daughter Isabella has been troubled by a Kapre. We fear for her safety." Zeke nodded, listening carefully. "Can you tell me more about what's been happening?" Mrs. Santos, a kind woman with soft eyes, stepped forward. "It started a few weeks ago. Isabella would hear strange noises at night, and she felt like she was being watched. Then one night she saw it, a giant figure standing by the large mango tree in our garden, smoking a cigar. Isabella, a young woman in her early 20s, looked frightened but determined. I felt its presence, and it terrified me," she said softly. "I want it gone." Zeke assured them he would handle the situation. He spent the day preparing, setting up protective charms and traps around the estate. As night fell, he positioned himself near the mango tree, ready for the encounter. The air was thick with tension, and the night sounds of the island seemed louder than usual. Suddenly, the ground shook slightly, and a figure emerged from the shadows. Kapre was massive, with glowing red eyes and a large cigar in its mouth. It stared at Zeke, sizing him up. Zeke stood his ground, holding a special charm made from sacred herbs and blessed by a local shaman in Brazil. "I know what you are," said firmly. "You need to leave this place and never return." Kapre growled, its eyes narrowing. It took a step closer, but Zeke held the charm higher. Creature hesitated, then let out a roar of frustration. Slowly, it began to retreat, moving back into the darkness. Zeke watched until the Kapre disappeared completely. He knew it might try to return, so he reinforced the protective barriers around the estate. The next morning, he informed the Santos family that the immediate threat was gone. They needed to remain cautious. Mr. Santos thanked Zeke profusely, relief evident in his eyes. "You've done us a great service, Mr. Zeke. We are forever grateful." Zeke nodded, his mission complete. As he left the estate, his phone dinged with another job alert. This time, it was from a client in the Philippines again, asking for help with another supernatural problem. Zeke knew his work was far from over, but he was ready for whatever came next.